Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. So, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I hope that you can hear me well. And today we're going to continue drawing portraits and we're going to continue working with various faces. So, I prepared new set of references for today, and this is what we're going to work on. So, that's the first reference. And I tried to find like more expressive kind of faces for today, and yeah, let's start. Okay, so I'm going to start once again with the sketching kind of brush. It's my pencil brush that I use for sketching mostly. And yeah, reference more closely. Hi Vladimir, welcome. And I will roughly sketch out eyes, the nose. You can see that the proportions here are a bit more cartoonish. I'm not sure if this picture was photoshopped or something, or it's the real person with such proportions. I don't know really. I just found this picture, this reference picture on Pinterest, and I just liked it, so I decided to draw using it. Yes, you do sketching out roughly at the beginning. It helps to understand the proportions well. Like, of course, if you're a beginner, I would recommend you to spend more time on actually like building the face. But if you feel that you are comfortable enough with going with the flow, please do. And yeah, just use the knowledge that you already have. It's always okay to check yourself, to reapply some of the knowledge that you have about the proportions. So I have seen this reference actually a long time ago, and it's been in my Pinterest board references for a while. And finally I decided to draw it, and I thought, why not during the live stream? So it's really cute. All the ears and stuff. Really nice. the hair. Remember that we tend to draw a little bit bigger than it actually is. And I also like getting some of the details, like hair strands, even though they might not necessarily be in the reference. Still, I think it's a great idea to make the final result interesting. Of course, you don't have the bigger bubbles here, and it's always okay to change it a little bit later when you color, if you're going to color your sketch, or in general, like you can always change it. So yeah, and this is why I think you shouldn't be afraid to make some mistakes in your art, since it's your art and you define what mistakes are and what aren't. And secondly, you can always change them or adapt them, like if it's some sort of traditional painting. So just make sure that you follow like your own intuition. Not too much. That's the recommendation for today. Like, go with the flow. Don't be afraid to make some mistakes. First of all, this is how we learn. And secondly, it's up to you to define it, right? Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you here. I hope that you're having great today, Sunday, great Sunday. You know, like recently I noticed that I want to shake things up a little bit and maybe change some of the typical things that I do when drawing. I mean, I just want to like readjust some of my typical ways. I think that I get bored when it becomes routine, and I just hate when I do stuff like too much the same way. So I'm trying to change some of these things, if it makes sense, of course. I mean, like, let's say I would pretty much always draw the eyebrows more or less the same way. So I'm trying to maybe change a little bit the expression, change the thickness, for example, like, so trying to, I don't know, achieve some sort of change in this. I mean, of course, I'm not going to like maybe completely change the shape that I'm drawing the eyebrows with, but like in general, I think it's nice to change things from time to time, especially when you feel that you're bored with them. Good. So do you try to change stuff from time to time? It's like, you know, I get this like icky feeling when I understand that I do some things like exactly the same way. I mean, we all try to maybe achieve some sort of skills which help us to maybe draw more or less, like, I wouldn't say automatically, but maybe we don't think as much as we used to when we were at the beginning of our art journeys. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I think it's always nice to kind of feel like you're at the beginning of something. seems to me that now we're drawing not just the face, but the portrait. I think because I also like realized that I actually have quite a lot of sketches which I never finish for some reason, like just thinking that they're sketches. I think it's a sketch, I shouldn't finish it. I don't know why. Like, just thought that why not give them a chance and make them a full artwork. Oh hi, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here. How's your Sunday though? I think that now I might increase a little bit the upper part, so let's just move it a little here, and I think that I need more volume in the hair part. Just do this little here. I think I will too much though, I don't want it weird or something. Kind of like adjusting the head for the head. Okay. Yeah, if necessary we will just readjust the composition later. So I think that we are more or less done with the rough sketch. Now let's continue to color. Yeah, I think today we will color it. I don't know, I just feel like I'm not sure about the color of the face just yet. I will go with something just pretty basic, pretty random. Like, and then if necessary I will readjust it. And you know, I really like this approach when it's in many cases kind of like a trial and error kind of method, because I think it helps you to discover more stuff, interesting effects, and like, so this is why I try not to stick too much to one algorithm, one way of doing things, especially in drawing. Studying Japanese. How was your Sunday? Oh, Japanese. Konnichiwa. My Sunday is pretty lazy today, actually. Like, I don't know. I just relaxed. To be honest, like watch some YouTube. And actually, my keyboard died today because of the battery, and I didn't want to get the one that is with the wires, and so I couldn't play today. So yeah, it was okay, I would say. So I think it's kind of okay for now. I mean, we will change the colors maybe later now let's just work with the overall general palette. I really love the fact that she has kind of like purple or violet-ish kind of hair. I like this color in general and this hair color in particular, so I think that it's a nice one. Let's see what we can do here. I just actually don't know what color you are seeing right now. I hope that it somewhat represents what I'm working on. It's more into like, I think it's more still into the pinkish scale or part or whatever. Let's try to make it like this. And maybe I will change it. I don't know. Yeah. And actually, I have completed playing the original Resident Evil 4, and I started playing the separate ways, also from the original. So it's, I mean, the controls are kind of like, gameplay is kind of a little bit weird there, I think because it's an old game, but still it was really entertaining. So I think like after some time I forgot how to play it, and I think playing after all this time I did kind of lame job on this. So I'm looking forward to replaying, but on more complicated kind of level. So I will try to improve somehow. At least that's the plan. Actually, it's so weird with the colors. I mean that it might be so different what I'm drawing here, what I'm seeing on the screen, what you guys are seeing. Like, it's, I think it's up to everyone's screen, what kind of colors you're seeing. So I hope at least the overall kind of like proportions and colors, like palette or whatever, like in general, are more or less the same. Because I see, like, when I look at my screen here on the computer, it's kind of different from what I'm seeing on my iPad. So, and I think it's different. Maybe it's not different, or who knows. I mean, it's actually like a matter of screens and monitors and stuff like this. I know that it can differ a lot when you print some picture from what you have seen on the screen when you were drawing it. So yeah, colors are tough. Introduce one more color for the shirt. Maybe I don't want to make the ears darker just yet. I mean, I know that they are darker in the reference. I'm just not ready for that yet. Some extra stuff, and yeah, little bit. I have various approaches when it comes to line art. Actually, because sometimes I might go like with the full line art, like the original sketch, then the line art, which is cleaner. Of course, it takes way more time. So when studying, I typically try not to get stuck, should I say, on the line art kind of part. And this is why actually I still have the messy kind of sketch scene. But I'm not sure. I mean, maybe later I will delete it. Maybe if it serves me somehow, I will leave it. So, yeah. At this moment, it doesn't bother me much. So. For those interested, like in my art process, actually can differ. I think every artist has like some differences within, like variations within their art process. So, yeah. Let's see if we can change something with the maybe color of this window. Oops. Color now. Colors looking. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice to hear that. Because actually, like the program that I'm using for like mirroring and stuff, like I think it kind of like makes things a little bit more interesting than they are in reality. So maybe I should try some other program, but I don't know, there are so many of them, so at least this one works fine with all of my devices, so yeah. I hope that it doesn't alter the quality that much. Okay. think when I chose that like automatic selection, it butchered a little bit the general outlines or something, because I can see them, like the edges being rough. So I'll just have to fix them a bit, otherwise they could look a little bit weird. Also, one of the methods and approaches that I practice from time to time is separating different colors in different layers. But this time, once again, I don't want to do that. I just want to go with the more or less few layers here. So we actually combine this. Because I think it's okay to separate the layers, and it might be very comfortable and useful to do so. Convenient, I should say. But at the same time, like, I think that's when you decrease the amount of layers, or maybe use just one. It helps you to create some more painterly kind of style of pictures. Basically, it's up to you and what you want to achieve with the particular study or artwork. Readjust a little bit the blue color later. Maybe I will just wonder how you see this color. I just need to check. Yeah, it's like super pale right now, but it's pale on my iPad as well, so it's not too critical actually. Now I think we can just switch to the more brownish kind of color. Just think about colors. Yeah, maybe here. I don't want to make it too red though. I think too red would be nice. Maybe try with this one. Blend brush for it. Yeah, I think actually this color could work. It's kind of like reddish. I didn't want to make the colors like too red or something. Let's see. I think if it's mixed with this blue, it will give a really nice shade. You see, like when I'm smudging several colors here, they kind of create this interesting mix together. So you can discover some of the interesting color combinations this way. So this is why I think it's a really nice practice to just draw using, or paint, using less layers. Like in my case, I'm painting right now on one layer. The other layer is the so-called line art, or let's say it's just a sketch layer basically. So yeah, I mean, of course, if you mess up, like, it might be more complicated to change. So try not to mess up, but at the same time I think it's easier when it comes to digital painting. It's easier to change things. Yeah, it might be a little bit tedious at times, like especially if you mess up big time, but at the same time it's just like gouache in traditional media. I mean, I don't know, I have this feeling that they are in some way they're similar. It's actually forgive lots of mistakes from beginners, from not beginners, from pretty much everybody. So these materials are really nice and comfortable to work with. And by the way, another tip that I can share with you here is that's if you use the sketch or like rough sketch like this one and gradually you want to get rid of it, I would just recommend you to, like, from time to time decrease the opacity, and this way you will be able to see the picture in a more, say, united way, like it kind of like comes together, and you don't rely on the sketch that much, like through the process of painting and coloring. So eventually you can even get rid of this layer and maybe paint over with the actual line art if you need it, and maybe add some of the lines. And sometimes it's okay to actually leave the sketch layer, and sometimes it's helpful. So just once again, like slightly decreasing the opacity throughout the process, it helps you to not to get too attached to the sketch layer, because sometimes it happens, and especially at the beginning of the painting process, like you kind of like grab the sketch layer and you don't want to get rid of it because it kind of like saves you in terms of direction where to go. So just try to let it go, but gradually. Interesting to hear gouache compared to digital. Yeah, like, I mean, isn't it? I don't know, I have this feeling that with gouache you can paint over quite a lot of things, especially if it's thick, and you know, like if you apply it in the right way, and at the same time you can kind of like smudge it with the water. So I think that they're kind of similar. I don't know, it's to me at least. And do you think that they are different? I mean, like, obviously, yeah, like one is traditional, another one is digital, but like in this sense of the word. I mean, if compared to, let's say, watercolor, to me at least, watercolor is way less forgiving to mistakes, especially if you want to keep like very pure colors, clear colors. So if you mess up, it's really difficult to fix that without using something additional like gouache, for example. So yeah, that's my point. Also, I noticed that I have this tendency of like getting too attached to, let's say, one part of artwork. So let's say we start with the face, and I'm kind of like all into face, but also it's recommended not to get too stuck on one place, because it's okay if you can work with it later, but it's easy to, let's say, when the whole artwork is on the stage 1 and you work up the face to stage 3, it kind of starts to look weird and not balanced to the overall picture. So yeah, try to gradually like increase all of this, even though like it's just a recommendation. Like if you're okay with, I don't know, working in parts, why not? It's just for me that I try not to stick too much to the details, because I don't see the full picture in this case. It's true, now I feel more excited to try gouache. Oh, you definitely should. It's so cool. It's really, really cool. I would say maybe the only kind of thing that gouache does, sometimes it depends on brands, that if you color it, like after you have colored, and then it dries, and it might change the color a little bit to the lighter color. But once again, it depends on the brand, so maybe just make sure to try somewhere like on sketchbook or like piece of paper, that's just to try it out and see how it works, and compare the wet gouache with the dried gouache of your brand, and yeah, so that you are aware that some things might be lighter after they dry up. Because let's say acrylics, they do the opposite thing, and after acrylics, I mean acrylic paints, after they dry up completely, they become a little bit darker. So I think that's more of a problem compared to becoming a little bit lighter. Because sometimes, like especially if you like to put some of the darker colors in the painting, like later you will see that it's way too dark in terms of the overall picture with the acrylics. But other than that, like, yeah, definitely go for it. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to ask if you need any tips, and if I can help, I will be glad to do so. Oh yeah. I'm trying to think about the eye color, and I don't want to go with the green one, just like in the reference. I think it will be too different. Let's maybe... No, I wanted to use this color. So this one, I think it might be a color of the ears or something, yeah, or somewhat similar. So it's kind of like complicated blue. Actually, like, mixing colors like this can be so fun. It becomes so different from the original pair when you have chosen. And I like the mixing aspect of the colors. It's really cool. It's like, even though you might work with the colors that you think are like super different, if you try to mix them with the lighter kind of brush, right? For example, the blending brush. So if you like put one layer of blending of one color, and then put in the blending mode or blending brush another color, like slightly, I'm talking about like this. So let's say you have one color, you put it like this, and then you have, let's say, this color, right? I mean, from the beginning, from the start, they look super different, and it's kind of like not close, but when you kind of mix them, it can turn into something interesting here. So you just these two, and you see like it becomes something completely different, and I think it's an interesting kind of color, and can be actually useful for coloring the shadows in this place. I did some random mixing of the colors and actually loved this color, so let's see how it works in this painting. yeah, not getting too attached to the face at this moment. Let's slightly decrease the, it can be even 10%, maybe it's even too much, like let's say take away this 5%, right? And like slightly, little by little, you will get rid of this sketch, because you see, even the fact that there is this sketch layer present kind of creates the additional kind of line art, and not necessarily it's the line art that you want in the end of your artwork, but without it, like if you just, I don't know, click like this, and so you see it looks weird right now without the sketch. So, but decreasing little by little and building up the volumes and the shadows and the colors there, you can actually like get rid of this unnatural kind of feeling when you completely delete the sketch layer. So I think it's something that you could try and see if it serves you. And also from time to time I tend to maybe clean up a little bit the sketch layer, especially in the areas like eyes, where you can see all the lines and stuff. Because once again, like, it's okay to have lines there, but if there is this line in the eyes area, you have a feeling like as if there is enough contrast and stuff. So, and it's okay if you want to leave the sketch layer there, but once again, like I don't want to do so this time, so little by little I will just get rid of it. Maybe some of the messy kind of lines can go away. Yeah, coming back to the color layer, and I think that we can work with the hair in the moment, and we're in between. I'm not really worried about the fact that there is like some extra brush outside the area of hair. Like later we can always fix it, like just either taking the eraser and getting rid of it, or maybe it's even easier to do if you set some background color and then you can fix it. So, oops. I don't think that it's a big deal right now. Moreover, I can't actually maybe see that much of this light blue color. It's a little bit too light. Make it a little bit dark. Add more of the color variation than the light variation here. Actually, this color I'm talking about, this light blue, is really nice, so maybe let's add a little bit of it to the bodice as well. Maybe a little bit to the, not too much, body, chest, just to make sure that it's not too warm. I just want to like create this sort of more natural And it's really nice to work when you work with the shadows. Try working with the blending brush. It kind of creates a really interesting kind of colors variations, so you can paint more using it. So it helps you to create these slight shades between the colors. So yeah, it's really a really nice brush to use. But be careful with the blue though. I mean, from time to time, if you overdo it, it can look like a bruise, especially in the area of face or skin. So just make sure that you don't make things, especially, you know, in the under eye area, it can look like eye bags or something. So it's okay to add a little bit. Once again, depending on what you want to achieve. But if, let's say, you don't want to create super heavy eye bags under your character's eyes, just make sure that you don't overdo the blue. But you know, like blue is a beautiful shade, especially this color, like somewhere in this area, like between the gray, the actual blue, and white. Just trying to achieve this more painterly kind of style, view, whatever. And I'm just thinking about varying this color, maybe more to the gold. This, it works. Let's maybe make it more into the. See what was the original shape. Yeah, I think I will just go with it here. Adding a little bit of color, because if we overdo the blending brush too much, it can become like too watercolory, like in the bad sense of the word. So if it's not what you want to achieve, just make sure that you add some of the color and saturation back to some areas, because we don't want to lose the saturation as well. So it's kind of like a really thin balance here. I think I will even make the blush more visible, maybe. This up here, change the brush. So as for the not sure yet. Maybe let's go with this color for. Yeah, I think we will go with this sort of like dark purple-ish, and we'll see if it works fine here. And actually for this stage it's okay, I think, to create a new layer, because now we are defining and we might change some of the details here. So just to make sure that if you mess up, it's easier to fix, you can create a new layer here. Basically speaking, I like the color palette in this step, I think, because pretty much they're pretty close, all these colors. Maybe the biggest contrast here is the yellowish of the skin and the blue-ish kind of everything of the rest of the artwork here. So this is why they work together, and the rest of these they combine well with the both parts sides of the coin, let's say so. So yeah, that's a little bit of color theory here, just a little. So I want to overanalyze stuff. Oh, I might, and I think I will change this color actually for different parts so that it doesn't look like I used the same kind of outline color for every part, every aspect of the artwork. So it's just more important to understand where this darker color is necessary as part of the line art, as part of the highlighting, kind of like emphasizing kind of tool. So yeah, and as for the color itself, it's always possible to change it, maybe overpaint it with another color. So at this stage I wouldn't worry about the colors. Because you see, at some aspects, at some moments, it makes sense to make it a little bit lighter, so it might be too overpowering there, and choose somewhere in between here. So if you're not sure about the color that you want to use and you want some sort of mix between two colors, you can always like make this sort of like light line and then choose the color that seems like between these two colors. Then just get rid of this one and go with this color. So you see, it's not that dark color that I used before, and at the same time, like, it's way darker than the base line. Not line, I was talking about base color. Yeah. So once again, like working with sort of similar colors, but sometimes it also makes sense to choose something more contrasting, something more maybe unexpected. So it's okay to try and experiment and see, like, maybe you will like some of the colors combinations that might not look super obvious from the start, but they actually look good. So my point is that don't be afraid to experiment, actually, because yeah, color theory is a color theory, but you never know what you can discover. And I think this is what is cool about art in general, is that sometimes just by experimenting you can discover some really interesting color combinations and solutions for your artistic tasks. So yeah, just try. Never hurts to try art. Because I think, like, personally, I have discovered lots of stuff. What's this brush? You see, if I wouldn't click on that, I would never, by the way, discover this brush. Let's see what it's about. Interesting one. So actually it can be used for some of the line art-ish kind of stuff. So you see, sometimes making the so-called mistakes aren't actually mistakes. These are just experiments that you conducted. Maybe not knowing about the fact that you are going to conduct those, but you still might discover something interesting. It's like, in some way, artists are opening new lands for artistic solutions. Sounds big, huh? Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. We will stop at this stage, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe next time I will continue painting it. Maybe I will finish it earlier. Just don't know right now. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. And in case you have some questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. Please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be happy to see you among my subscribers, and I will be grateful if you help me to promote the channel as well. So thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that you enjoyed the process, and I hope that you drew along with me and just had great time during this live stream. So thank you so much once again, and see you in my next video. Bye!